that was the first time all year in a long time that things had gone really well for the offense to open things up in the run game for you personally.
Yeah, I mean, we blocked it well, blocked it perfectly. Couldn't ask for a better hole, but just execution. Executing out here on the practice field translates to the game. So just continuing to execute, be able to get the good looks and practice, and then see them on the game and be able to execute during the game.
Has this been frustrating for you, just as a whole, offensively, and just your opportunities?
I mean, I think it's just been frustrating, just competing. I mean, you always want to compete to win. So, for whatever it is, the losses, not performing the best we know we can. All that's frustrating. That's one thing about being a competitor. You're never happy. You're never satisfied with your last performance. You always know there's something that you could do better. So there's definitely a level of frustration, but more like a competition to be better every week, be perfect every week.
Do you feel like you personally are starting to get into a rhythm?
Yeah, I feel like out here in practice, that's where you really start. That's where you be able to hone your skills. So be able to work at practice shows up in the game. So just doing the best I can at practice to be prepared when the game time comes.
I know Saturday didn't go the way you guys wanted it to, but the way you guys ran the ball as a team, did you feel like there was maybe some encouraging things there, some positives to build on overall?
Yeah. There are always positives to look at. We always, Coach DeMarco always says, it's never as bad as you think, it's never as good as you think. So, you can watch film and you can see a lot of good stuff that we did. But, the thing is, we got to, build off those good things, but, continue to fix the bad things and, be able to eliminate some of those mistakes.
Having the offensive line kind of solidified on Saturday in Stillwater, same 5 guys across the board. Does that help a running back?
Yeah, I mean, I love my O-line, trust my O-line. It's great to, have them in front of you and, everything, like I said, everything starts with practice. Throughout the week, having a good week of practice, that gives you just added confidence coming into the game. Trusting, the O-line's going to make the blocks, that you're going to make the right reads. Everybody's going to do their job. So, it's been great.
It's easier to trust those guys when it's the same 5 on every play.
I mean, regardless of who's in there, I know that, Coach B is great coaching. Whoever he puts in there is ready to play. So, regardless of who's in there, I trust them, with my life, everything. So, it doesn't matter who's in there. I know that they're going to get the job done.
Turnovers were a point of emphasis from Jeff after the game. Coming off 2 losses, have you guys been able to pinpoint what has gone wrong? I guess even the last 3 games in that area.
Yeah. I mean, these turnovers, penalties, everything kind of piggybacks off each other, and there's not one specific thing. I mean, you can think of it, in a penalty-wise, you get a false start, you're backed up, and now you're risking taking those shots and risking some of those turnovers. So it just all builds off each other. So it's just playing, complementary football with defense, taking advantage of our opportunities when we have them, and then, eliminating those turnovers, those penalties, whatever it may be, just trying to play perfect.
Is it tougher to swallow this setbacks or whatever you want to call it, knowing that a lot of it's self-inflicted, it seems?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing, but it's also a good thing. You know that you're beating yourself, and you never want to beat yourself. That's the part that sucks, because you can play better, but that you can go back to work and you can fix it. There's a lot to fix. There's a lot to get better at. So there's also a hope, something that you can learn from it to get better throughout the week. So that next week you show up, you're ready to go.
Gavin, when you watch this West Virginia defense on film, where do you feel like you guys are going to need to succeed to get the run game going on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, everything starts with the O-line. Starting the trenches. Gotta come out here on the practice fields, get a work in, make sure we're studying film, knowing what they're being prepared for what they're gonna bring. But also out there on the field, just competing, winning your one-on-one battles. That's what it comes down to. I mean, you can be as ready as you want, but you have to actually do it out there on the field. So just executing, we got to be ready to execute when the time comes.
And is there a comfort in playing at home again after a 2-game skid on the road?
Yeah, I mean, you always love playing at home, playing in the Palace, in front of your fans and everything. So, it's exciting to play in front of the Palace. It's different. You can't lose at home. You don't want to lose at all, but definitely can't lose in front of the fans. So I'm excited for it.
It's kind of the dynamic been in the running back room this year, as you guys had some weeks it's you and Tawi, other weeks it's been Marcus, and as it's kind of moved around throughout the year. What's that kind of been like for you guys?
It's been very competitive. You got to come out here and win the job every week. No one's given anything. You got to prove it. You got to earn it every week, every day. So it's that competitive mindset. It's a great thing. Bringing it to practice, because everybody's got to beat. Everybody's got to compete. Everybody's got to win their job to perform best on the week on Saturday. So it's been great.
Andrew Rain mentioned after the game that it feels like that. I guess that ability to punch back on the offense is kind of lacking the past couple weeks. Has there been has there had to have been like a mental reset, I guess, to get back to that, and how, if so?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a mental reset. I mean, I think a lot of, like you said, like a lot of the mistakes we made are self-inflicted. So it's being able to take a step back, look at your film, look what you're messing up on, look what as an offense as a whole we're not performing or we're not executing, and coming back and fixing it. So a lot of mental blocks. Yeah, of course, trying to get over those and getting out of our own way so that we can be able to perform and play the way we need to play.
What does that look like, trying to get over, I guess, that mental block?
Yeah, I mean, it's just being out here on the field, getting confidence, doing your job. That's what it is. I mean, everybody, it's easy to know your job, off the field, but when you're out there, in the crowd, in the game, and the situation is live, and you can't go back and repeat a play like you can in practice. You got to be able to execute. You got to be able to focus. You got to be able to hone in on your job and be able to do it.
Gavin, is there maybe a point of emphasis at all during practice this week?
Yeah, I mean, just the details. Got to sharpen up the details. Got to do the little things right. Can't make the same mistakes, the turnovers, the penalties. Got to just sharpen up those details to be ready for the weekend.
Excited to wear the gray unis.
Oh yeah, love the gray unis. I was waiting. I was wondering when we were gonna wear them. I was like, dang, it's getting a little late in the season. We got a lot of games left, but I'm excited for them.
How much explosion do you feel like has returned since coming back from the injury? Do you feel like you're fully back to that explosion that you had against Florida State?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, feel great. Feel better than what I did before, and a lot of that's thanks to the training staff, to the strength coaches. Just getting stronger, getting healed, getting better every week. So thanks to them, I'm feeling good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.